Are you excited to know how to use the Adobe Photoshop Pen tool? This time I've got for you a really basic Photoshop tutorial for the Pen tool. Every single Photoshop user has dealt with the Pen tool at least once, but not everyone knows how to explore its full potential. What is the Pen tool in Photoshop? The Pen tool in Photoshop creates paths and shapes which can be duplicated and manipulated to create complex selections, masks and objects. Unlike the brush tool and pencil tools, which draw pixels onto your image, the Pen tool always creates a vector path when used. These paths appear as either work paths or shape paths in the path. Here are some of the common uses of the Pen tool. Because you can modify, store and reuse the paths created with the Pen tool as often as you want, it could become your go-to tool every time you need to remove a product image from its background or select a portion of a product image to change its color, for example. You can create multiple paths within an image, and you can create multiple path segments within a path. Shape paths created with the Pen tool allow you to create custom shapes on your image which you can use to call out specific portions of an image. Unlike shapes created with the standard shape tools, such as the rectangle tool or ellipse tool, shapes created with the Pen tool can be manipulated any way you want. How to use the Pen tool in Photoshop to create a path. The standard Pen tool allows you to create straight and curved paths with amazing accuracy. You can adjust a path after you create it. The simplest path you can draw with the standard Pen tool is a straight line, made by clicking the Pen tool to create two anchor points. By continuing to click, you create a path made of straight line segments connected by corners. Clicking the Pen tool creates straight segments. 1. Select the Pen tool. 2. Position the Pen tool where you want the straight segment to begin, and click to define the first anchor point. Do not drag. 3. Click again where you want the segment to end. Shift-click to constrain the angle of the segment to a multiple of 45 degrees. 4. Continue clicking to set anchor points for additional straight segments. The last anchor point you add always appears as a solid square, indicating that it is selected. Previously deferred points become hollow, and deselected, as you add more anchor points. Complete the path by doing one of the following. To close the path, position the Pen tool over the first, hollow, anchor point. A small circle appears next to the Pen tool pointer when it is positioned correctly. Click or drag to close the path. To leave the path open, Control-click, Windows, or Command-click, Mac OS, anywhere away from all objects. To leave the path open, you can also select a different tool. Let us now explore how to draw curves with the Pen tool. You curve by adding an anchor point where a curve changes direction, and dragging the direction lines that shape the curve. The length and slope of the direction lines determine the shape of the curve. 1. Select the Pen tool. 2. Position the Pen tool where you want the curve to begin, and hold down the mouse button. 3. Drag to set the slope of the curve segment you're creating, and then release the mouse button. Always remember to hold down the Shift key to constrain the tool to multiples of 45 degrees. That's it. Next video discussing another important Adobe Photoshop tool. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be updated with my next video discussions. Thank you and happy editing everyone.